Let's talk about Gliderman. Okay, so this is my favorite movie summary special. My favorite one to do in 2021, and this one stars everybody, including, Jaden. His nickname in this one is going to be Jaden Milanakis, and, what ended up happening was, this was the basis I had in 21, through and through, based off what was blue and what was definitely red, because this one is about love. The other one, the Titanic, is actually based off of I think a little bit of love interest, but more so plays out for people like Flexes and S'mores. That's more our character based. Like it's more Astro Phoenix based. Astro Phoenix based. It's more towards every character base. All right, so in the beginning, my edge was so good that I knew I had the best series on the internet, with the topping specials being a red and blue special, all the way to a point where he goes here. So I love Higo. So like I said, the post is about literally how I got the last lap, because I'm in a tough spot right now. Not just domestic violence, because what you don't know about the meet is that it's also connected to a convention center. And shout out to the Titanic. It is the 2019 Fanime was based off the Boardroom Ball, which is also based off, the Fancy Titanic. And we had to talk about the ship yesterday, alright? And shipping and DeviantArt and fan art, literally, is when two people love each other in the franchise that could be crossovers anyway. This guy right here, literally, this is when I went off of the character designs for Stuart River, Cartoon City, alright? And, the conspiracy theory was I was the one who created the internet, when the internet actually came way before me. But if you actually think about it, there's a theory that there are flying cars in black and white, because grandma was growing up when black and white was still on TV. Alright? So what this one was about was, this was the legendary time I got the dance from Marissa Parmalet, and when I actually got the dance from Marissa Parmalet, I got murked. Alright? Not, inside, but the continuity. And I danced for her as soon as I got home, right before the creator DBZ died. Now people say that the creator DBZ didn't died, that Chaz, isn't dead, and I knew that they died for both medical and, domestic violence reasons, and this is, really, really hefty. So, what you don't know is that I relate Jaden's hair to Kanye West sometimes, and this was the best year of America because I was very descriptive, alright? But anyway, let's get down to the summary, alright? Because we ended up in a big problem. So let me tell you, Lily, how it actually went. So this one is when I play off the group home, alright? This one has so much momentum after having, Raina, Lily, and Alma, Zapata fight each other, alright? Lily, I said, I've done the chase, like, Lily, I was 27 or 27 at the time in my world. Lily playing as a younger brother in NBA Madden, this, and that. Lily actually playing on stage for the Moon Base. It was my orange presentation. The reason why it was very descriptive is because it was my orange presentation. How I got over the police brigade to be my mom in the story was the gliding snake from the Animal Planet, the most extreme. That's what the Gliderman is based off of. The Gliderman is based off my love for Mama Chi-Chi back in the day. Back when she used to introduce me to the Animal Planet, it's based off the gliding snake. And the leader of this movie is called Dekugo. And Dekugo literally is based off, Deku himself. And I forget that he was a black character in the movie, so the fans of Nazi, everybody in the scripture say, oh my god, literally it's a black Deku, this and that. And I find it awkward because I trapped me in graphic design, and the cops and the Indian people from NASA literally trapped me and called my graphic design so much to a point where my cock came out. Literally, it's really, really horrendous. Literally, I was so got your nipper. I was making music with Nicki Minaj and Mariah Carey. They took that thing away from me. They had her completely murk me. Not inside, so what I want to say, alright, flat out, Lily, because the one who made the requirements, because first off, I want to see that I was legit. As soon as I got to the street at Alpha and Omega, alright. And also, what you didn't know about the situation is that anything that's not linear is gay. That's why they stand up for the LGBT community, because thinking linear is thinking organic. That's why they don't want you to make Fortress. That's a fun quickie for this video. And also, our great pamphlet for this video is that back when I was wrestling, this would be and Mom had to funk the most. When I was complaining about practice, saying that I'm actually sore, calling out bullshit excuses, saying, I don't care, I don't give a fuck, just wrestle. What I did every single time, and called out that I made excuses, and Mr. Pleasure did the same thing, was that I called out Washington, literally, for being a way better school. I'm like, oh, it's not gonna beat, the wrestling practice or the football team of Washington or anything, literally. This is like, well, every single time you go to practice, you make an excuse. That's only on the outside. I could only advance what's on the inside. You see how you're calling that lame? That's the original continuity. And I'm not throwing shit up, Lily. If that's the way you want to do things, that means join a gang and join a gang all the way. Then I came to conclusions as an adult, it was going to be a third year when I was going to be on JV, so I'm like, you know what, it's not worth it. I I was good at wrestling and Lily, and then suddenly he's all like, oh, well, you didn't run up and down and do shit to compete. But let me tell you the truth. The me that's strong, first off, I'm doing the whole Chris Brown. What ends up happening is the PG me, the one that's working hard, can't ignore it, let it come to you. The one that's super strong, got the group home. What ends up happening, Lily, is his shit fade. When he blows himself up, he thinks about Nora. Because normally you could think, just a light-skinned mommy, perfect lips to suck me up, another pair of two perfect double D titties, I'm sucking every other areola in town. Can't get that. Why? Because you hit me PG. And what Bloods do is so amazing what they do. They threaten you like when you don't have an imaginary friend, Lily. Become what it say, if you don't click that button, I'll kill you. You recognize their game can actually make a spell to back it up. I was Neji Hyuga from Naruto, and what he did, alright, was I was able to imitate his dance. I got so mad at the rest of my screen. Literally, only seeing one thing on paper, and I was able to imitate Neji's dance and still not, get subs and views, alright? But when I first got there, it was established that I had a great singer radio. So when we first started watching the Naruto AMVs, alright, literally, I looked up Neji, Smarter, literally, I spoiler on LimeWire, okay? Literally, so I literally became Neji, and Neji wasn't part of my career, and so we're from Neji to Penguin Drum, alright? So, what ended up happening over time. A quick whole meaning of this video is that, I was so confirmed that back in the group on Lily what I knew to do, I instantly played this. There was a year when Lily, Dank, and Krins was intertwined, which was 21, but something happened to my crew, something happened to my domestic violence crew as a whole. Not this a generational problem, I had her gone, but Lamaya, the hero of Daigawa Defenders, Lily got reduced to nothing. Because I based her character off Maxine from the Goofy movie and they made a whole alternate timeline. When I'm back on her like a little kid, and here's a fun fact for this video. Lily, back in the day, Lily, Chris was agreeing with people like Bree and Lamai with the artifact of stupid word, talking about, I love New York and Flavor of Love, Lily, how she should have picked Chance, Lily, and how Chris told me, Lily, over and over again that she fucked up when she didn't pick Chance. Then Bree herself, Lily, said that she should have picked Chance, Lily, and guess what? I figured out that Bree, my A associates, that's all under what Chris says, is all under the gang blood. So I wasn't impressed because they were blood, but anyway, the fine condiments for this video. This is when the video really goes into detail. Okay, so this is when I barely won, alright? Literally, where it came to Non's #1 movie, Gliderman's Theater. Alright? This is literally when I barely held up. This is Snap. So I'm gonna tell you flat out, literally, I'm this picture, literally, and C is the next one. And that's when C crucially, fuck me up, literally, in and out, literally, I got a Mirage, literally, oh my god, I barely made her not live at, 29, literally, and here's she, literally, but what actually happened, the continuity is I did all the things out of order because the lesbian cops didn't think I was gonna score that high. So this is an ambient feeling, Lily. This is when I got to incorporate Edward. This is when I got to incorporate everyone in the mainstream media, and I barely survived. That's me, Dr. Ock. That's literally who I am, the domestic violence, Lily. So you see me, he got everything, Lily. So what happened was I performed like the second one, but she got the second one credit, Lily. So like I said, I'm the first one, Lily. And what happens, Lily, as I had watch everything fade like Eminem to a point, Lily, where I barely survived, where I walked past grandma's oxygen tank, Lily, and now she is this one, alright, Lily, this is when she obliterated me, Lily, you see this with the poofy hair, Lily, that's what she did. I'm the one who made the beats, and I'm the one who made the instruments, so don't think that wasn't PG. I incorporate all the messages in those songs and all those Mexican sound effects, because, I wasted all those songs, every single reference, Lily, especially when I put Alberta, Lily, in the hood, in the verse, Lily, where it came to the Farces beat, being fused with Jay Holiday's Bed. You all imagine Lily with the Platinum Boys of Burner, Imaginary E, which is what he was gonna say in the song. And guess what happened when I got to the hood? All their criminal records got exposed. And guess what happened to the continuity? Bitches like Elisa Zapata, Lily, Carrie, etc. You know how Lily, I recognized that, I thought that people were reading and full on nerds. Back when I was in high school, were way better than me. I figured out that they were using the Godfather, actually. And that they were keeping me in the bin. And what ended up happening to them was they got their hopes up in the future. Saying, oh, he's always going to be around. What ended up happening was I put myself in the hood, literally, I put myself in the ghetto. I ended up working my ass off. Literally, so what they saw in the studio was a whole bunch of money, literally, that I earned. That's what ended up happening. When they hid behind all those boyfriends, all those cats and gang members, literally, used a little body or godfather, literally, to have Eris available for an open spot, thinking that he was going to be in the same place forever. They got mad, literally, while I got real money to move on. That's what ends up happening, literally, with all those people, literally, those baseball bats and game members that you were playing, literally, in order to leave Eris with that open spot. You literally fell for Eris's 1/5, and that's why you don't understand your height, and that's why you don't understand your standard. Anyway, the Gliderman continuity is how I used to lock the police and the best bonds, how I used to use a scheme. Most of all, I actually saw Higo. who's the main antagonist for the film along with Zofia. So something happened. There was a big turmoil that happened in mainstream media. And she asked for Ice-T and Law and Order.